People making inappropriate jokes towards children is really, really sticky. But I personally believe that it's a common method for creepy people to get away with stuff. And I'm not trying to say that any person who ever makes an inappropriate joke is definitely a creep. But I think the fact that I have to give that disclaimer kind of speaks to how this works as a pathway for people to get away with shit. Because as somebody who was a child who lived with a creep, I saw that he was constantly making jokes that were creepy. And I, in my bones, knew that he is just a creep and that jokes are an easy pathway for letting his creepiness out. But they have that like plausible deniability because it's a joke. And as a kid, he would make these jokes about me or about other kids in front of other adults and nobody would say anything. And so as a kid, it's easy to go, well, everybody seems to think it's okay, so I must be overreacting for feeling really icky about this. And so that can really keep the kid feeling like they're the problem and not knowing how to say anything or advocate for themselves or stand up for themselves because they feel crazy. And this person is still like tangentially in my life, unfortunately, and he still does this shit. And since I've only been healing for about 3 years now, but there was one instance where I heard him make a joke about a baby, like a literal infant, in front of me. Unfortunately, I froze in the moment at that event, but I contacted the baby's mother afterwards and just said, I heard that joke. It was not at all funny. It was disgusting. I hate that nobody said anything. I hate that I didn't say anything. I just was shocked and kind of froze. But I wanted you to know that if you were really offended by that joke, that I totally see that and that I think that that was wrong. And she did agree with me. She thought it was super creepy and she had the same experience of basically freezing, being shocked, not knowing how to respond. And she said that this wasn't the first time that she had had this creepy feeling about this person. So, and that was like an incredible realization to me, to know that anybody else has this bad gut feeling about him. Because nobody had ever expressed that to me, but why would they if they think it's just their gut feeling? So I think that's really the difficult thing about silence, is we can assume other people don't agree with us when maybe they do. But also, I really think that the joking thing makes it really hard for people to feel like they can get offended, because then you seem like the snowflake or whatever who's can't take a joke.